Hi there, it's Alison King here, and I'm going to be talking to you today about which oils you can use to help you with your fitness, and specifically the oils that feature in the active sports, either in the enrollment kit or the wellness box. Now, if you enrolled with this kit, then I guess that means you are really into your fitness or at least wanting to move your body freely. If you haven't bought this kit yet, then this is one of the wellness boxes that we can buy on the loyalty rewards program. So what I'm going to go through with you today is each part of the box, so each individual oil, and just give you some quick ideas how to use them. There's heaps of ways that you can use all of these oils, but I'm going to focus on how you would use them to help you with your fitness, your exercise, and just wanting to move your body freely. All right, so first off, I wanted to start with the Motivate. Now, Motivate is one of the emotional oils. It's the encouraging blend, and some people say it smells a bit like chocolate. I say it smells of citrus and mint, which is primarily the ingredients. I do like to have a bit of a smell, Motivate, before I start doing anything, particularly anything that might be a bit unnerving, such as talking to you about these products. But I personally always use Motivate before I go out for a run or go to the gym. So I'll give you a little bit of my history. I have been using oils since April 2016. At the time, I was doing a lot of marathon training, and I've actually run 11 marathons as an oils user. Prior to that, I'd done 5 marathons as a non-oils user. And these have actually revolutionized my own fitness, my own training, and how I feel about myself while I do run. But Motivate, this was one of the first ones that I started using for my exercise, and it's because of its association for me with feeling good and feeling motivated to do something. So we can re-engineer our brain to do what we want it to do with smells. So you may have heard of our limbic memory, and you know how you can, when you smell something from your childhood, you are immediately taken back there. But we can actually re-engineer it so that we feel what we want to feel when we smell a particular scent. So with Motivate, when I smell this, I feel like ready to go. I feel like I'm going to run my best, you know, whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to have the best training session that I can possibly have. And the way I use it is simply put a dab on my wrist, and then I just rub my wrists together, and I can smell that as I'm exercising. It's a really, really good one also to use. If you're maybe exercising in the afternoon, you can diffuse this to give you a little bit of get up and go. Right, so that's before you're heading out the door. The next one I would use before going out the door is Eucalyptus. Now, Eucalyptus is an amazing oil for helping us feel that we can breathe freely. And I use Eucalyptus simply, I won't take the top off. I use it just by dabbing on my running top. I do like 3 or 4 dabs so that as I'm running, I can, you know, I have that smell coming up through my nose to help keep my airways clear. You can also put this on your chest, or if you need a little bit of extra help, you can do a drop in your hands and rub your hands together, cup and inhale. And you can even add the Motivate with that as well, and then you get both of them in one hit. And then if I have it on my hands, I would just like rub it on my neck and my throat. I've used this one quite a lot over winter. Because, you know, winter we tend to get more colds, but it's also when you're out in the cold and you're breathing through your nose, you might get a bit more of a runny nose as your airways try to stay clear. But this is a really good one to have, you know, for the pre-workout. But also, if you are feeling a little bit, you know, under the weather, you can stick this in a hot shower right in the corner. You don't want it to run down the drain, or you can make a steam bath with a bowl and a drop of eucalyptus, and then, you know, put the towel over and smell it that way. And it's also known as the oil of wellness. So if being sick or the thought of being sick is holding you back, then eucalyptus is a good one to have on the emotional scale. Right, and the last one, or one thing you can do while you're out or just before you're about to exercise, the Peppermint Beadlets. Now, if you haven't tried these are really, really great to have on hand. I always have some in my car, and also in my daily oils pouch that goes with me everywhere. I like to use the beadlets when I want to feel a bit more fresh, like in my mouth, and also if I'm driving or starting to feel tired, the peppermint really helps to give you a little bit more pep. Now, before exercise, peppermint is a great oil to use to help, again, clear your airways, because we want to enable as much oxygen as possible to get into our lungs. Now, you can do just one beadlet, pop it in your mouth, and pop it with your teeth, and you'll feel the quarter drop of peppermint start to clear your throat, your mouth. Just you'll feel really quite alive. Now, if you don't have the beadlets yet, or you don't have this box, then another alternative is, say this is my bottle of peppermint, because most people will have the peppermint oil. You can do a drop on the back of your hand, and if you're game, you can lick it. And that will really give you a great hit of peppermint into your mouth and your airways. And you can flush that with a glass of water straight afterwards. That is a tip that some of the NRL players do. The Bulldogs are known to use the peppermint oil to help, before they go out onto the pitch, they want to clear their airways of any mucus that's hanging about, because you want to be able to give it your all. And to give it your all, you need to be able to get as much oxygen as possible. So the beadlets are a great way to do it. And you can also carry these, if you are going out for a long run, you can stick them in, like a running belt, or even just down your top if you want. So you're able to then get lots more oxygen into your airways as you are out, maybe doing a half marathon or a marathon. This is something that I will be taking a lot more of. I've actually neglected using the beadlets for quite a while, but I'm only now just discovering how awesome they are. So they will be coming with me on all my long runs, just to help me feel more energized, more fresh, and to help my oxygen intake. All right, so you've done your exercise now, you're feeling, amazing upstairs. Well, you might feel a bit tired, but you're also feeling really invigorated and just satisfied that you've done whatever you did, and that you conquered any demons in getting out the door, and you worked up a sweat, and now you're ready to look after yourself. So I have here the ice blue rub. Now, you can use this before you go out training on any known areas that might be niggling you. So marathon training, you might have sore hamstrings, you might have a glute that's a little bit sticky, we shall say. You can use this before you go out for a run, but also after any exercise. It's really, really awesome. Once you've had your shower, you want to get clean first, and then just apply this wherever you have aches and pains, or aches and niggles, I should say. Anything that needs a little bit of extra attention, where you might do some self-massage. You can self-massage the ice blue rub into those troublesome spots. If you have compression tights, you can put those on afterwards, but be aware that this warms to start with, and then it starts to cool. So if you put your skins on a little bit too soon, you will feel like you stepped into an ice bath. Always wash your hands after using this, please, because you do not want to get this in your eyes or any other sensitive parts of your body. So it's got some really awesome ingredients in it, like the wintergreen, the camphor. There is the blue tansy, which is what gives it the slight blue color. And this is going to be great for like things that are really causing you a lot of grief, but also if you've just got something that's just not quite right. So it's not limited to exercise. Say, for example, you've been, well, say exercise, I mean things like running and go to the gym. But if you do a hard day's work in the garden, or if you're out playing with your kids and you push yourself a little bit too hard, this is still going to help you. And if you can get someone to massage it in, then all the better. But I love this because it goes in so easily. And compared to any other muscle rub I've used, I've tried it a lot, because I first started exercising properly in like 2004, did my first triathlon, then did my first Ironman and marathon in 2005. And I was using another product which came in a purple tub, and you'd have to really work it into your muscles. And I would go through one like every 3 weeks or so. This one is so much smoother. It glides on. It rubs in so much easier, and I don't need as much to have the same effect, and I certainly don't use as much. So cost-wise, it's actually better. So if you don't have this one yet, then I would strongly recommend it, especially if you've got another half, your other half might exercise or work hard. They would really appreciate that too. All right, then moving on, I'm going to quickly go through the last of the 3 oils. So we've got Copaiba, Lemongrass, and Wintergreen. And for all of these, I would also recommend you use your Fractionated Coconut Oil, which also comes in the Active Sports box. So we have Copaiba, which is a tree. It's a blend of 3 or 4 different species of the Copaiba tree from Brazil. Now this one is awesome for those aches and niggles. I love combining that with the ice blue rub. We have lemongrass. This can be used in your cooking, but it's also great if you have any twitchiness in your muscles, when like your legs might want to twitch uncontrollably and it's a little bit painful. You can use this, and unlike a product like Cramp Stop, you can eat or drink this one too. And then the third one is Wintergreen, which is one of the main active ingredients in the ice blue rub, but by itself it's a real powerhouse for when you're feeling particularly sore. Now, the way I would use it with the ice blue rub is, say, I'll start with the Copaiba. I would get my fractionated coconut oil. I would put a drop in the palm of my hand. I would put a drop of Copaiba on top of that, and then I would rub it where I need it. So, for example, say I've pulled my calf, I would rub that over my calf, get it really, and make sure I cover all the area that I want to support. And then I would put the ice blue rub over the top, and that's going to help seal the Copaiba in. And this is going to work with the Copaiba to give it like that extra strength. So just think of yourself as having like regular ice blue rub and then super strength ice blue rub. So you can super strength it with the Copaiba or with the lemongrass and with some extra wintergreen. So double up the wintergreen from your rub. And this one comes with a child-proof cap because we don't want our kids getting hold of it. It's actually really, really minty. This one comes from Brazil, from Nepal, from the mountains of Nepal, and there's an awesome video showing the women in Nepal carrying like massive baskets on their back, and quite often you'll find they'll be carrying like a 2-year-old child on their front also. So they obviously get the power of wintergreen from the smell as they're working. Now you can use these 3 together, the Copaiba, lemongrass, wintergreen, by making up your own rollerball. So this is an example of a rollerball here. It's a rollerball because the lid, the top it rolls on. And I would get my Copaiba, lemongrass and wintergreen and put between 10 and 20 drops of each in here. Depends on how strong you want it. I really like my muscle support to be super strong. So you would put your drops in here, top it up with your coconut oil this way around so you can see it, and see it, like put the top on, give it a shake. Every time I'm going to use it, I would always just shake it up just to make sure it's all mixed, and then just roll it wherever you need it. And you can do it just by itself, so you can do it just before you go to bed, after you've had your shower, in the morning. Keep it in your bag for while you're at work. But if you can also do this as well, this is going to give you some extra support. All right, so that's all of the products in the Active Sports Wellness box. And if you have any comments, please post them below, and would love to hear how you're using oils to support you to be active and to move freely. So thanks for watching.